There we go. We're steady. So testing 1, 2, 3. We're going to test some sound. Sound check, test, test, test.
Test 1, 2, 3. We'll talk about Eunice Health Clinic, Barker Energy Services, BTH Services and Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. How about that for a test?
That is a good test right there. Once again, we're just testing mics. Test, 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 test. Testing 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Testing, testing, testing. All right. I'm going to jump over here to Hobbs America and listen for just a half second, make sure our sound is good, and then we'll come back and get ready to get started here. Thank you for listening. We'll be right back. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal basketball here from Tatum, New Mexico on a very cold, late February evening. It's chilly outside, Mr. Charlie.
Definitely cold.
I'm Jimmy Jones alongside Charlie Fairbrush. Resendo is on vacation today, or actually probably not on vacation, said he was having to work a little late, so shout out to Resendo. We'll be missing you up here. But we got the man, the myth, the legend, Charlie Fairbrush back. He'll be taking over his camera duties. That way the camera won't be pointed at the wrong end of the court.
Well, there's no guarantees of that, but we're going to try to do better.
All right, so tonight, the 11 and 12, 2 and 6 in district, number 4 seeded Eunice boys basketball team will face off against the 10 and 11, 5 and 3 in district, number 3 seeded Tatum Coyotes. This is a huge game for District 4 2A here in this District 4 2A tournament. Win and move forward and keep the door open for a chance to get into the state tournament over the next couple of weeks. Lose, and that chance pretty much goes away for both of these teams. For Eunice, I believe they only have one shot of getting into the state tournament, and that would be to win this entire district tournament. I think that's the only way they get one of those, guaranteed spots.
Kind of come in the back door.
Yes.
At least you get in.
Yes.
Right.
Tatum, on the contrary, still has a real small window.
Yeah.
It's a window that's partially closed, but, even with a loss here today, they might be able to squeeze in and still get in. Let's see. Eunice beat Loving in the first round of the District 4 2A tournament yesterday, and so now they have to travel up here to Tatum in this ladder-style district tournament that New Mexico has been doing for many years, and so they will face the Coyotes here. So in the first round, the number 5 team faced the number 4 team.
Right.
The winner goes here to the number 3 team, which is Tatum. The winner of tonight's game will travel, I don't know if it's tomorrow or Friday, but anyway, they'll travel to Hagerman to face the Bobcats, a team that spent most of this season ranked at either number 1 or number 2 in the state, but this Tatum team upset them in the last game of the regular season district and forced them into that number 2 spot. But anyway, the winner of that game would then go to JAL who is the top team in District 4-2A. Jal, because they won the regular season district, is automatically guaranteed a spot in the state tournament, and whoever wins the district tournament is guaranteed a spot in that state tournament. So once again, I think Eunice's only chance is to win it all. These two teams here tonight have faced off twice earlier this season. Tatum won both games, but both were very close, very competitive games. In fact, I know one of those games, I believe, was a 1-point game. I think the other one was like 4 or 5, and a back-and-forth game the whole way. If this game turns out to look like either of those first two, we should be in for a great basketball treat here tonight in Tatum. For the Cardinals, senior Ovi Ontiveros will be in action here in this game. He's hurt his ankle in both of the first two games against Tatum. That ankle injury is kind of a lingering thing that started back in football season. And then the first time they played Tatum this season, he came down on someone's foot, rolled it again real bad. It was bad, but not bad enough to keep him out. And then the last time we played Tatum, he came down on another guy's foot, rolled it again, and that caused him to set out the last 3 or 4 games. He played some limited minutes last night, should be playing here tonight. One other note for Ovi, today the NMAA, the New Mexico Activities Association, the governing body for sports in New Mexico, announced that he had been selected as the recipient of the Together We Rise NMAA Scholarship for Excellence. He was given his choice to be recognized and receive his scholarship at either the state basketball tournament or at the state track meet. I don't think he's gave him an answer yet. If the girls,
what happens tonight.
Yes, if the girls make it up to that portion, then I would guess he'd probably want to go do it then. If not, probably wait till track season. So, along that same note, he was also recently selected as one of only a very few that was offered a spot at Baylor University's flight school. They had about a dozen spots open, and from what I understand, hundreds, if not thousands, of applicants, and they selected him as one of those people to fill one of those spots. That flight school, we're told, has a 100% graduation placement rate for pilots. They either put them all in airlines, or into the military as pilots. And from what we've been told in a little research, you pretty much have your pick of where you want to go. You go over there and graduate. So pretty exciting. Not sure how we're going to afford it yet, but we're trying to figure out. Scholarships like the NMAA will definitely help. So congratulations, we're proud of you.
Very proud. That's an achievement right there.
Yeah. We all sit around here, including me, and pump up basketball and how important it is, but that classroom's about as important, or maybe a little more important, and that's hard for me to say sometimes. For the season, Eunice is scoring just over 60 points per game. They're also grabbing right at 30 rebounds per game. Those are really good numbers. Senior Jorge Ontiveros, which is Ovi's cousin, is averaging right at 14 points per game and leads the team in scoring. The sophomore Ashton Thompson's averaging 11 points per game, 3 rebounds and 3 steals. 6'3" sophomore Jorge Gomez has been another bright spot. He's averaging almost 9 points per game and over 6 rebounds per game. Mentioned Ovi earlier. He's leading the team in rebounds, steals, and blocks for the season. He's averaging 8.5 points per game, 8.4 rebounds per game, and over 2 blocks per game.
And those games missed hurt us.
Yes, yeah. When he's not in there, it definitely changes the way we do business. And when he's not mobile and 100%, it changes the way we do business and hurts us as well.
Absolutely.
Billy Blevins is chipping in almost 6.4 points per game, 4 rebounds, and a steal per game. The Cards are coached by second-year coach Mason McBee. For Tatum, they finished the regular season, as we mentioned earlier, with a huge win over previous #1 ranked team in the state in Hagerman. A huge win for Tatum, which gave Jal the outright district title. Troubles?
My camera went off. I don't know if I turned it off or it went off.
Oh, you know what? I see this right there is plugged into that, and I bet you this was up against that, and it turned that switch off.
I turned it.
Yep. Yep, so anyway, our apologies for those of you back home. We're also trying a new battery pack thing here today. And
that was my first thought.
Yeah.
Already lost power.
If we start having problems in the middle of this game, I can already see we're down 1 bar, so we got 3 bars left. If we start having problems and it gets quiet, just keep watching the camera and I'll find us some power and run an extension cord over. We've been wanting to try this battery, but most of the time the boys and girls play on the same night, and we're like, I don't know if that battery's going to work all the way through, so we'll give it a shot and see how it is tonight. It looks like both teams are starting to finish up the warm-up here for the Cardinals. Go over their roster. They've got number 2, Ashton Thompson, number 3, Kevin Garcia, number 5, Luis Gomez, number 10, Hyan Castro, number 13, Jorge Ontiveros, number 14, Jonathan Caballero, number 20, Billy Blevins, number 21, Julius Woods, number 23, Ovi Ontiveros, number 24, Maddox Mata, number 32, Jorge Gomez, number 40, Jose Calvillo, number 42, Antonio Granados, and number 44, Marcus Tricero. For Tatum, they'll have number 00, Devin Castanon, number 1, Taylor Garner, number 2, Obed Magnalinas, Magallanes, I'm going to butcher that. Magallanes. Number 3, Luis Diaz, number 4, David Mendoza, number 5, Jeremy Hitchcock, number 10, Mason Brown, number 11, Hayden Mullins, number 12, Abraham Duran, number 14, Tyler Graham, number 21, Leo Gonzalez, number 22, Jalen Blanberg, number 25, Ranley Kruger, and number 30, Carlos Martinez. They're getting ready to do the national anthem here, so we'll leave our mics on and just go silent for just a second while we do the national anthem. All right. So there's our national anthem. I'm sure they'll introduce folks as they usually do here in Tatum. Once again, we are getting ready to get started as the Eunice Cardinals have traveled north to the northern edge of Lee County to face the Tatum Coyotes. Coyotes, one of them. We're here in Tatum, America. Interesting because it's always a tough place to play, and it's always a very noisy gym. I will say this, though, of all the times I've come to Tatum, especially for a playoff type game or a tournament type game, the crowd is extremely small compared to what we are used to seeing.
Yes.
I would say that the Eunice crowd over here is probably, if not just as big, pretty dang close, maybe bigger.
I think we got a few on the other side over there, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I see some Cardinal shirts over there, so I think you're right. So very interesting. Like I said, it's a very small crowd for a Tatum home game, right, not to mention a playoff game. So they are announcing the teams right now. They got Fernando, the main man, Jimenez down there on the mic. He's announcing, he's stretching that voice out a little bit like I try to do in our home games. You know, this Tatum team lost a significant chunk of their talent from last season. In fact, they've got Fernando's sons playing at Eastern New Mexico University.
Right.
And I don't think anybody expected them to be as tough as they turned out to be. So, you know, this coaching staff's done a really good job with them as the seasons went on. I mean, like I said, they knocked off, I guess they were number 2 at the time, but a top 2 team in the entire state of New Mexico last week by beating Hagerman.
And that's saying something. The Hagerman's got a tough little team.
Yes, they do. They definitely do. I mean, we all knew coming in that Jow and Hagerman were going to be the teams to beat in our division. I mean, we all felt like that. I don't think anybody thought coming in that Tatum was going to be the one to go in there and beat one of those two. And but I tell you, my hat's off to their staff. They've done a really good job and developed a pretty good group out of what they had. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have talent, because they got some athletes over there. I mean, they won state in football and that sort of thing. I'm just saying I don't think anybody expected them to be knocking on the door and knocking off number 1, 2 teams in the state. So this group plays hard. It's always a physical game when you come up here to Tatum. And so both teams are out on the court. Looks like we'll have Ovi Ontiveros doing the jumping. Got Billy Blevins, Kevin Garcia, Jorge Ontiveros is number 13, and Ashton Thompson, the Jet. He's number 2, the sophomore. So Tatum has got their folks out on the court. The officials trying to get everything squared away. Athletic director running back, oh, that's the coach, I'm sorry, running back across the court. And it looks like we might be ready. So here we go with the tip-off. And Tatum wins the tip, and they will control it. That's number 4, Mendoza. He's going to bring it across the timeline for the Coyotes. He throws it out to 12. That's Duran. Back to Mendoza, and then they swing it over to Mullins. Mullins with the cross-court pass over to Duran. Duran back to Mendoza at the top of the key. Swings it back to Duran over on that left side. He's going to dribble, drive, attack. He throws up a floater. It won't go, but Tatum is there for the rebound, and on the putback, you're going to have a foul called down low, which will send Tatum to the free throw line for 2 shots. That's going to be senior Ranley Kruger, the 6'3" athletic young man. He was also part of that state championship team. Also, he played in that, I think they called it the Red-Green All-Star game this past at the end of football season, because I know Ovi got to play with him. So pretty good kid. He misses that first free throw.
That foul's on number 3, Garcia.
Yep. And he goes back for the second one, and he splashes that second one through. So Tatum takes the first lead. It's 1-0. Tatum looks like they're going to get in that deny pressure on Jorge Ontiveros. Billy Blevins throws that pass away. Tatum with the steal, and they're going to walk it back up the floor. In the second half, the last time these two teams faced each other, they face-guarded Jorge Ontiveros like that, put him in kind of a box-and-one type set, and it gave us fits in the second half last time we played these two. So there's a jump ball down low, and that arrow will go over to the Cardinals. So Eunice returns the favor. They'll get the ball back.
You got to take care of that ball.
Yep. So Ashton Thompson's going to bring it across the timeline. He's looking around. They're going to use the screener to set a pick, and then he drags his pivot foot. And I tell you what, there was nothing but hardwood between him and the goal. He probably could have went all the way and laid it in.
Just drive right on downtown.
But that's going to be a turnover on the Cardinals. And so Tatum will end up back with the basketball. That's 2 straight turnovers for Eunice. So here comes Tatum back the other way. That's number 4, Mendoza. Mendoza throws it over to Duran. Duran looking to dribble drive. He floats through the middle and then kicks it out to 11 Mullins, who shoots up a 3, and it's no good. Ovi Ontiveros tips the rebound back out, but it ends up in the hands of Tatum. Tatum with the ball. Mendoza has it. He's going to dribble drive. Swings a nice pass through the middle, right into number 10. That's Brown, and that's 2 more points for the Coyotes. It's now 3-0. So they get the ball over to Blevins. Blevins looking for somewhere to go with it. He gets it down low to Garcia. Garcia skips it over to Thompson. Thompson with a nice little floater of his own, and Eunice gets on the board behind 2 points from Ashton Thompson, the sophomore. It doesn't take long for Tatum to come back the other way. They've got a little Mendoza, Duran pitch back and forth going. They throw it across to this right side. That's number 11, Mullins. Mullins skips it back out top to Duran. Duran drops a nice pass down the middle to a cutting Kruger, who lays it in for 2 more. It's 5-2. Tatum with the early 3-point lead. 5:33 remaining.
Your mic's going out.
Mine, it's yours.
Mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got the headset that does that.
No, we're good.
Let me see if I can.
I was like, okay.
Let me see if I can skip something around. You guys will have to do without my announcing for just a second.
20 goes for a 3-point.
You got sound?
Got it.
All right. So we will continue. We miss a 3-pointer there. That was Blevins. Tatum comes back with the rebound coming the other direction. So it's 5 minutes remaining here. 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Tatum with the basketball. Tatum's going to throw it down low, and Eunice comes away with the steal, and I lost my chain of thought for a minute. My apologies, everyone. So And once again, I want to mention we're running off a battery today instead of our normal hard wire, and we are down to 2 bars, so we've already used half of it in half a quarter. So if we go dead, everybody back home know that I'm going to be running to plug in an extension cord.
Well, we're trying to give this thing a try here.
Yeah, so here comes Eunice back the other way. They're looking to dribble drive attack. Ashton Thompson floats a pass over to Gomez. Gomez skips it across to Garcia. Garcia with a floater. It won't go, and Tatum comes away with the rebound. So here comes Tatum back the other direction. That's Mendoza with the basketball out on the left wing. He skips it across to Mullins in the corner. Mullins looking down low, but he's going to throw it back up to Mendoza. Mendoza's going to reset the offense. They throw a skip pass over to Duran. Duran dribbles it back up toward the top of the key, almost has it stolen by Garcia. Now he's going to dribble drive attack. A long three is up. Billy Blevins comes away with the rebound, and here comes Eunice the other way. And they're going to have a charge on Garcia. Uh-oh, we've got multiple. We got multiple
one
calls.
Called a block, one called a charge.
Yep. So we had one ref calling a charge, one ref calling a block. Is your mic still on?
Yeah, we'll take the block.
Yeah. So Eunice going to end up with the basketball on the baseline.
Oh, that's going to be a 2-shot. I think he was driving.
Yes. So they're going to send him back to the free throw line. So a little confusion here between this officiating crew. I know these three know each other well because I've known them all for quite some time. However, this is the first time all year that I've seen these three work together.
Right.
At least for us.
Well, maybe that'll be
a good thing, hopefully.
Plus.
Yep, so Garcia to the free throw line. His first is up, and it is no good. Let me hold on just a minute. Our problem is one of those is wrapped around mine, so when I pull on it, it pulls on the other.
There you go, we're good.
Okay. All right, so that second
that
free throw is up and good by Garcia. That makes it a 2-point ball game. It's 5-3, and now Eunice is in the pressure. Full court press being applied here. Tatum breaks it fairly easily. They're going to throw a skip pass down low, and that was a walk. Ooh, they're going to call a push down low on Jorge Ontiveros. So that'll be a foul on Jorge Ontiveros down low. So 3:39 remaining here in the first quarter. Eunice trails by a bucket. It's 3-2.
2 fouls apiece.
Oh, Tatum throws the ball in. They deflect it right off the back of Jorge Ontiveros, who was not looking at the basketball. They bounced it right off his back, the old Jada Jones play. And it goes back out of bounds, and Tatum will end up with it. So they swing it up top to Mendoza. Mendoza drops it into the corner to Mullins. Mullins with the cross-court pass to Duran, and he's going to give it in the corner to Gardner, who just recently came onto the floor. They throw it back to Mullins. They're moving the ball really well around the top of the key, and there is a travel on number 4. That's Mendoza.
I need to get some of that sticky on his shoe. I think he just slid his foot there.
So here comes Eunice. They're still denying Jorge Ontiveros. They get it into Blevins. Blevins over to Gomez. Gomez floats it down low to Thompson. Thompson misses the little gimme putback, but Jorge Ontiveros comes away with the rebound. He swings it across to Garcia. Garcia to Thompson. Thompson for 3, and he rattles that one in, and Eunice will have their first lead of the game. It's now 6-5 in favor of the Cardinals. Tatum trying to break the pressure. They do. Now they're going to attack down low. They throw it back out top. Mendoza for 3. His shot won't go. Billy Blevins with the rebound. He gives it over to Jorge Ontiveros, who flips it over to Thompson. Thompson looking to attack. Throws it to Garcia. Thompson goes now into the high post. They get it over to Jorge Ontiveros. His shot is no good. There's a scramble for it, and Thompson comes away with the rebound. Blevins over to Garcia. Garcia swings it across back to Blevins. Blevins to Jorge Ontiveros. Jorge for 3, and he splashes it in. Jorge Ontiveros for 3. The senior gives Eunice the 9-5 lead. At 2:15 remaining here in quarter number 1. Tatum with the basketball. They skip it over here to Duran, back to Mendoza. He fakes the pass over to the left and gives it back to Duran, who pulls for 3, and he knocks that down. It's back to a 1-point game. It's 8-9. All right, so here comes Eunice back the other way. Garcia to Blevins. Back to Garcia, over to Thompson. Thompson with the dribble drive, kicks it out to Gomez. Gomez back to Thompson, who shoots for three, and he splashes it in again. Three-pointer for the sophomore Ashton Thompson. That's 2 threes and a bucket for him. Tatum wastes no time. They throw up a shot that won't go, and then Gomez is going to foul number 25, Kruger, on the putback. They took Ovi Ontiveros out of the game after that exact same play a while ago. I guess they weren't happy with his ability to rebound and not foul down there on the putback. Yeah. And so they sent him to the bench, and then we have the exact same thing happen only seconds later. So it's now 12-9. Eunice leads by 3. So Tatum's Ranley Kruger, the senior, 6'3", athletic youngster. He's back at the free throw line. He knocks that one down too, so he makes them both. It's 12-10. Eunice in the lead by 2. 1:33 remaining here in the first quarter.
Quarter's moving pretty fast.
It is. Thompson brings it across the timeline. He's looking for somewhere to go with it. They've got Jorge Ontiveros running sprints all over the place. He throws up a 3. That one won't go. And then we're going to have Gomez over the back down low. The young man from Tatum got good position, and Gomez looked like he went straight up, but he definitely had his arms out over the head and shoulders of the defender, and so I guess if there was contact there, they've called that.
We'll call it tied, looks like.
Yep. So here comes Tatum back the other way. They break the pressure fairly quickly. They skip it back out to the top to Garner. He shoots for 3. It won't go. Jorge Ontiveros rips the rebound. They're going to call a jump ball down low. That'll give Tatum the basketball on the baseline with 1:07 remaining here in quarter number 1. Tatum floats it in up top to Garner. Garner over to Mendoza, back to Garner. Now they throw it over into the corner to Blyenberg. Blyenberg ends up with it again. He's going to pull for 3. His shot will not go. Gomez comes away with the rebound. He gets it to Jorge Ontiveros, and here comes Ashton Thompson on the drive. Blevins with it. He skips it up top to Ontiveros. Ontiveros looking for somewhere to go with it. He throws it down low to Gomez, but had the ball knocked out of Gomez's hands straight out of bounds. But fortunately for the Cardinals, it was off Tatum. So Eunice with the basketball, throwing it in on the baseline. 43 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. They get it over to Garcia. Garcia with the 3, and it splashes in. Kevin Garcia, the sophomore. I call him the baby-faced assassin. He sinks the 3. It's 15-10. Eunice up by 5. We got 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Tatum moving the ball around the perimeter. Skips it all the way around to the right side. A shot is up. It is no good. Jorge Ontiveros with the rebound. He kicks it up to Billy Blevins. Billy Blevins to Ashton Thompson. He throws up a shot. It won't go. Ashton Thompson ends up with it in a scramble. He kicks it out to Billy Blevins. Billy Blevins with a little drive, throws up a shot. It rattles all around, won't go. Ball is knocked away. They get it to Thompson. Thompson throws up a floater. And at the end of the first quarter, Eunice leads by 5, 10-15 here on the road.
All right, let's talk about our sponsors while the cheerleaders fire up here. We'll recognize Parker Energy Service, Brett and Penny Parker, BT8 Services and Rental, Chad Holler, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews and crew, Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Brian, Nikki Elma, Romero, Aaron Pascal, Yadi in the game, Eunice Public Schools with Dwayne Haynes, Cynthia Sims, Rosendo, Matt Coy, Kenny Reed, Miss Hahn, David Gallegos, and the staff. We got Cardinal Hardware with Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega, and all the staff. We've got the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, the Whitmire family, and Redbird Gas, Bart Parker.
Yes, we thank those sponsors and everything they do to make these broadcasts happen. There's not too many places around the state or around the country that you can just watch free basketball.
Right.
And our sponsors and the No Mark Broadcast Network allow that to happen. Kind of interesting because me growing up most of my childhood in Arkansas, this No Mark Broadcast Network also covers a lot of Arkansas games, so I get to see some of my old childhood games over there.
Oh, yeah.
But the sponsors are what makes this, this possible.
Makes it available.
Once again, I want to remind everyone that we are working off a battery pack today. It's the first time we've tried that. We're halfway through our battery, so I hope we make it to halftime. If we do, I'll go plug us in an extension cord, but if for some reason we go dead, it'll take me about 5 minutes to get everything going. There's a three-point attempt by the Cardinals. It doesn't go, and there is a foul.
That's a contact.
On Tatum.
Like number 14 there.
Yep.
Tyler Green.
Yep. So Eunice is going to have the ball over here on the side. 7:45 remaining here in the first half. Eunice up 15-10. They're going to swing the ball over to, now they're going to bring it over to this side. And Gomez with a nice little pull-up jumper off the glass. He kisses it in. The bank was open. 7:30 remaining here in the first half. Tatum wastes no time attacking. They throw up a shot that won't go. Gomez comes away with the rebound in the scramble. Eunice quickly the other way, and they throw it away, so a quick turnover. And now here we come back the other way. Got a little bit too aggressive on that one.
Good thought, just didn't quite finish it.
So Tatum's going to slow it down over here on their end. They get it into the high post, a skip pass out to Mullins. Mullins for three, it won't go. Gomez with the rebound, and here comes Jorge Ontiveros. He dribbles it up to the three-point line and then kicks it out to Blevins. Blevins over to Thompson, over to Garcia. Garcia drops it down to Blevins. He didn't know how open he was. Then he turns around and splashes it in. It's 10-19.
He said, nobody's there, I'm hitting that.
The Cardinals are splashing buckets. We're 6:40 remaining here in the first half. Eunice with the lead. Tatum wastes no time breaking the press. They throw up a shot that won't go. In the scramble, Duran comes away with the rebound. They end up swinging it across, and now it comes back to Duran over on the right wing. He attacks the basket, throws up a shot that won't go. A shot is blocked by Gomez. There's another rebound, and the smallest man on the court, Garcia, comes away with the rebound. Jorge Ontiveros with the run out. Ontiveros drops it down to Gomez. Gomez looking for somewhere to go with it. He skips it cross court to Blevins. Blevins to Thompson. Thompson thought about the three. Now he's going to kick it to Jorge Ontiveros, whose three is up and no good. Garcia down in there almost came away with another rebound. Here comes Tatum back the other way. They bring it across the timeline. They're going to attack on that left side. That's number 14, Graham. He throws a nice skip pass down low, and the shot is up and no good by Mullins, but he is fouled. And that's going to send the Coyotes to the free throw line. And how many fouls is that on Gomez? Is it 2 or 3? I hope it's not 3.
Well, 3.
It is 3 already. Man, not good down low for Gomez for sure. You know, he's got 3 fouls here, and we aren't even halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, he's going to be having some bench time coming up.
Yeah, when he picked up that second one, probably should have went for a break. Yeah. So there's a free throw that's up and good by the Coyotes. Ovi Ontiveros will come back in. Hopefully that ankle will get warmed up a little bit. He can get himself in a routine here. Yeah. So Tatum back to the free throw line. That's Mullins. He splashed the first one through. Eunice leads 19-11. That second one is up. It is no good. Ontiveros comes away with the rebound. Eunice faithful wanted an over-the-back call, didn't get it.
A little contact there, no call.
Garcia skips it across. It ends up in the hands of Blevins. Blevins pulls for 3. It's no good. But Jorge Ontiveros with the rebound, and on the putback, he gets fouled. And that'll send the senior, Jorge Ontiveros, to the free throw line. So Jorge's going to have to, you know, when they face guard your guy like that, he's going to have to figure out a way to get in the action, and that's a perfect way right there, getting down low, getting those rebounds and putbacks. So he misses that first rebound. He's got 3 points on that 1-3 that he knocked down earlier. So he'll go back to the free throw line here to shoot another. The senior, he's the leading scorer on this team this year. Even though he spent parts of the season out, he makes the second one. That's 4 points for him.
He's been wrapping them threes up in the last few games.
Yes. So it's 20-11, Eunice in the lead. Tatum with the basketball. They've got it down on their end. They skip it back over to number 14. That's Graham. He throws up a shot that's no good. And there is a putback by number 10. That's Brown. And that cuts the lead to 7. It's 20-13. Eunice wastes no time coming back the other way. Garcia kicks it over to Thompson. Thompson's thought about the dribble drive and then kicked it out to Blevins. Blevins back to Thompson. Thompson's going to dribble it through, and he hands it down low to Ovi Ontiveros. Ovi Ontiveros with a step-through move, and he lays it in. 2 points for Ovi Ontiveros.
Well, he was in heavy traffic right there.
Yes, he was. 4:44 remaining here in the first half. It's 22-13. Eunice leads by 9. Tatum on the attack. They're trying to run their offense. Eunice trying to adjust and keep that defense from breaking down here. Tatum's always been very patient on the offensive end. They'll pass it around until they get an easy one. So here they come down to that right wing. They skip it back to Mullins. Mullins over to 14 Graham. He dribble drive attacks, throws up a shot. It won't go. Ball gets deflected out up high. Tatum comes away with the rebound. Then they try to get a rebound off the three-pointer, and that ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Eunice basketball. Jorge Ontiveros to throw it in. He throws it into Ashton Thompson. Ashton Thompson brings it across the timeline. Jorge Ontiveros over to Blevins. Blevins dribble drive attacks, throws up a shot. It won't go. And here comes Tatum after the rebound back the other way. That's Mendoza. He brings it across the timeline, kicks it over to the left side. They throw up a shot that won't go. And there is a lot of hollering going on.
Oh, shit. You got blood all over.
Yeah, I don't know why the official is mad. The whole side of that kid's face is busted up, and the official's telling the coach to get off the court and be quiet. His whole face has got blood. It looked like a dadgum scary movie. You got to let the kid off the floor.
Wow. Yeah, that's not only
I mean, not only is the kid hurt, it's also a hazard for everybody else. There's blood from all over, up and down the court.
He's
so the ref was telling the coach to sit down and be quiet, and the coach is like, his whole head's busted open. He's bleeding.
I think he's the same one that gave us the technical there
in
one game for trying to get a timeout.
Yeah, so anyway.
I don't know what happened to him. I didn't see anything.
You know, it had to have been down here on this end, but I'm not sure either. But it definitely busted his head wide open. I mean, the whole side of his face and head was covered in blood.
Of course, you know, them heads.
Oh, yeah.
They bleed. The little cut will bleed a lot.
Yeah, I've had mine bleed a few times.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, so anyway, that'll kind of break the momentum here for everyone. Now they're going to try to clean up some blood on the middle of the court. Eunice up by 9. It's 22-13. And
cheerleaders are making it happen out here now.
Yeah, got a little noise. Got most of the girls' basketball team here helping.
I like the way these kids support each other. It's nice, you know.
Yeah.
And talking about support, let me holler at our sponsors here during this little break. We call it blood break.
Yeah.
So Parker Energy Services, BT8 Services and Rental. That's a new one.
BTH?
Or since I've.
Yeah.
Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, the Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. Without them, I wouldn't have been sitting in Houston last night watching this game on my phone.
That's right.
Got to have these sponsors.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, I had some old friends from Arkansas that were watching our game last night. Probably got a few watching tonight. So, shout out to Arkansas once again. The No Mark Broadcast Network that brings these games. Also, in fact, I think their home stations are in southern Arkansas, so they cover all the Southern Arkansas University as well as a bunch of the high school games there. You know, in the old area that I grew up. So kind of neat. I've got an app on my phone that we run the scores and stuff on this through, and it's kind of interesting because a lot of times it notifies me when games are getting ready to start, and I always see the Arkansas games getting ready to start when they're covering those, and so kind of a cool deal. There's blood all over the court, so I don't know how long it's going to take them to clean. You know what I might do while we're waiting? About the time I set this down, they'll probably say they're ready to start going, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go plug in just in case. We're down to 2 bars on this battery, and I'd sure hate to have to stop.
blood cleanup is brought to you by the Eunice Health Clinic. They clean up a little blood themselves occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that when you've got a game situation and someone's got the advantage, you have to wait until the dead ball to stop.
Right.
But once that advantage is gone, I mean, they were set up in their defense. They kicked it out. We're trying to run their offense.
And let's shut it down.
Yeah, we got to shut it down.
Get the bloody kid off the.
And our coach was trying to tell them, and I understand they probably didn't understand in the middle what was going on either, but in the meantime, he's out there bleeding all over the court. And so, now you've got blood everywhere, and I'm assuming he's going to, even if they get his head put back together over there, I'm assuming he's going to have blood all over his uniform, as much blood as is all over that court, which I think means he can't come back in the game.
Well, maybe they got some Clorox wipe up or something they can wipe it off. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Yeah, so once again, they're still cleaning.
Well, maybe we'll have to play, like we're back in school, play the shirts and the skins. We may do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got people back home asking what happened, and I don't know. I'm not sure. All of a sudden he had blood running down his face and looked like Freddy Krueger got him. And I'm not talking about the Krueger that's on this Loving team, or Tatum team. And just like that, a three-pointer knocked down. I hate that everything stopped because that kind of kills that momentum, and we had the momentum in our favor. There's a three by Tatum. So here comes Eunice back the other way. They've switched defenses now, and they're just in a regular 2-3 zone. They've quit face guarding Ontiveros now. So we're swinging it back and forth, and then we throw it away. You know, just my thinking, we're up, 8, 7, something like that. I think I'd pull it out, and if they want to set in that 2-3 zone and cover up the middle, I'd
just roll it around.
I might. Anyway, Tatum with the basketball. They're going to come the other way. They throw up another three that goes in. And now, just like that,
3-point game.
It is a 3-point ball game.
Wow.
You know, momentum is huge in these games, and Eunice had the momentum. Then the long stoppage, and it just kind of killed all that momentum for some reason, and now here goes Tatum.
Yeah, well, it happens. But we'll get this timeout. Coach is smart to get that timeout. Let's get back in the game here. Get our cheerleaders fired up.
I want to make sure we shout out to some sponsors. Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny Parker. We appreciate you guys, and they're here at the game today. Redbird Gas, he's another Parker, but a different Parker, Bart Parker. Yeah. We appreciate them. The Zia Auto Shop and the Whitmire family, Connie and her family have been involved in Eunice sports for many years. We appreciate them. Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega and the gang. The Eunice Public Schools, of course. The Eunice Health Clinic. I know they're listening because I've had a few of them texting me. Leanne, Brian, Nikki, Elma, Aaron, Yachty, and all the group down there. We appreciate you guys. Our new one, as Charlie said earlier, Chad Haller and BTH Services and Rental. We appreciate you as well. And lastly, but not leastly, my neighbor across the alley, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews, my other neighbor down the alley, and the crew. So we appreciate you guys. About half this group is my neighbors. So thank you guys. 2:55 remaining here in the second quarter. The momentum pendulum has swung over to Tatum. Here comes Eunice back the other way.
Maybe grab that back right here.
They get it out to Blevins in the corner for three. It won't go. Ovi down there battling, trying to come away with the rebound, but Tatum ends up with it. Here comes Tatum pushing it back across the timeline. They're going to set up their offense. Mendoza with the dribble drive, then he pulls it out. He swings it over to the left side to Mullins. A three-pointer from the corner is in and out. Blevins had the rebound, then it was knocked out of his hands by Mendoza. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Eunice Cardinal basketball. 2:28 remaining here in the first half. Eunice leads by 3. So they're trying to get that little 2-1-2 set going on and get the ball into the high post, it looks like. They skip it across to Thompson. Thompson in the corner to Blevins. Blevins looking cross court, then he pulls it back. Now he swings it across over to the right side. Now they've got back into kind of a boxing one-ish type thing. They get it down to Ovi Ontiveros here with a little step through it. Rattles in and won't go. It did everything but go in, and here comes Tatum back the other way. They skip past it to Blyenberg in the corner. They end up with it in his hands again. He throws up a three. It won't go. Ovi with the rebound. Hyan Castro ends up with it in his hands. He's attacking. He almost throws it away, but it ends up in the hands of Jorge Ontiveros. Jorge skips it to Ovi. Ovi's going to dribble through, throws up a shot, and it won't go. It did the same thing. It did everything but go in.
Hit every part but the basket.
Man, that's two that have kind of toilet bowled around and just didn't fall for Ovi. Blyenberg with the ball over to Mendoza for Tatum. They swing it down in the corner to Mullins. He shoots up a three. It won't go. Ovi's got somebody on his back, but no call, and here comes Blevins with the rebound. Quickly the other way. He backs it up and then attacks. Kicks it over to Hyan Castro, over to Jorge Ontiveros, who pulls a shot from the baseline and splashes it through. Jorge, he calls himself Logo Lenny, splashes that one through. It's now 24-19. Eunice up by 5. Trying to drag that momentum back in their favor. 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Tatum with the basketball, swinging it around up top. Mullins to Blyenberg. Blyenberg's going to hand off to Mendoza. Mendoza back over to Mullins. Mullins back to Mendoza. Mendoza, I thought he carried, but he's going to dribble, drive, attack. He throws up a shot. It's blocked by Ovi Ontiveros, and then Thompson loses it. And so here goes Tatum back again after the Eunice turnover. They drop it down low. They try to fire it through. It finds its way. I don't know how. And Tatum puts 2 more points on the board. It's back to a 3-point game. 21-24. Eunice with the basketball. They get it down low to Jorge Ontiveros. He shoots a little fadeaway and splashes that one through. It's 21-26 with 2 seconds remaining. Tatum's going to heave one from dang near half court. It won't go. At the end of the first half, it's 26-21, Eunice in the lead. Ovi Ontiveros is hobbling over to the locker room. I'm not sure what's hurting now. I hope it's just that same ankle and not something else.
Yeah, it looked like he was limping a little bit on that last trip down the court.
So it's halftime here in Eunice. Want to make sure we shout out to them sponsors.
Parker Energy Services, Bretton Penny, BT8 Services, and Chad Holler. Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews, and crew. Got Eunice Health Clinic with Leanne Rees, Brian, Nikki, Elma Romero, Aaron Pascal, Yadi, everybody down there. Eunice Public Schools with Dwayne Haynes, Cynthia Sims, Rosendo. We miss you, Rosendo. Matt Coy, Kenny Reed, Ms. Hahn, David Gallegos, and all their staff. We've got Cardinal Hardware with Ashley Davis, Chris Meyer, Miss Ortega, and their staff. The City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, got the Whitmire family. Todd down there fixing them cars and putting them tires on. If you need some tires, go down there. And then you got Redbird Gas, the other Parker, Mr. Bart Parker, a good fella.
All right, so Eunice, Eunice with the lead here. It's 26-21. I'm going to jump down there really quick and take a look at the book because my numbers on my little sheet, which I completely understand, don't add up. So I'm off of a couple of points. So I must have not wrote down on my sheet when somebody scored. So I'm going to jump down there. We're going to take just a couple of minute break here, and then we'll be back to discuss adjustments and whatnot and get ready for that second half. So thank you everyone for listening. You're listening to Nomark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a cold Tatum, New Mexico here in northern Lee County. It's a cold one outside. I think it's supposed to get down into the teens tonight here. Wind chill factor probably in the single digits out here on the plains of eastern New Mexico, where the second round, the way they call it a ladder style tournament, Eunice won the first round, and so they step up the ladder to come up here to number 3, which is Tatum. Tatum is the third ranked team in District 4 2A, and this is the District 4 2A tournament. So the Tatum crowd giving their team a cheer. I've always thought this gym was extremely loud.
Yeah.
You know, and you look over there, there's not many people here.
They make a lot of noise for a few people.
Yes, yes, they get really loud really quick. But Eunice leads here at the half, 26-21. As far as the scoring there in the first half, Ashton Thompson has 8. Kevin Garcia has 4. Jorge Ontiveros has 3, 6, 8, 10. And then Billy Blevins has 2. Ovi Ontiveros with 2. And Jorge Gomez with 2. Gomez also picked up 3 fouls in that first half, so he spent quite a bit of time over on the sideline. Kevin Garcia, I'm assuming took like an elbow to the temple area, the hairline.
One of our players that accidentally
that hit him.
That's what
so
somebody was telling me.
Charlie's saying that it was possibly one of our own players that accidentally hit him. It started to bleed. It looked like a UFC elbow.
And sharp elbow.
Yes. And so he's back on the court right now. They've been over there working on his head for about the last 45 minutes, and he's back out there. So we've got him back on the court. We're getting ready to start the second half. Tatum is going to have the basketball to start this half. And here we go. We've got Thompson, Garcia, Blevins, and then the 2 Ontiveros, Ovi and Jorge on the court. Eunice in the 2-3 zone to start this half. So here comes Tatum. They skip the ball down to the middle, which is what they like to do, and then the kick out to Mullins, and he sinks the 3. That makes it a 2-point ball game. It's 24-26. Thompson to bring it across the timeline. He does. They're trying to figure out what offense they're going to run. They skip it to Blevins. Blevins pulls up the little shot. He misses, and Tatum comes away with the rebound, and here they come back the other direction. 7:20 on the clock here in the third quarter. Eunice up by 2. Tatum dribbles around this left side looking for somewhere to go to it, and that's going to be a travel. There you go. So that's a turnover after Duran struggles to maintain the ball out there on the pressure from Garcia or Thompson. I can't remember which, but one of them. I'm getting old. I forget what happened 10 seconds ago. So here comes Jorge Ontiveros. He's got the ball up top. He skips it over to Garcia on the left wing. Back to Ontiveros. Ontiveros looking down low. He gives it to Jorge Ontiveros, who gives it to Ashton Thompson. Ashton Thompson back to Garcia. They've got that weave action going. Jorge dribbles once and then picks it up. Not a good thing to do, but he gets it over to Garcia. Garcia skips it to Blevins, back to Jorge Ontiveros. He dribbles once and picked it up again, but passed it away. Got to get out of that habit. One dribble and picked it up again. Ashton Thompson for 3, and man, that was a good-looking high arching shot that splashed through. Yes, it did. That makes it 29 after the Ashton Thompson 3. Tatum with the basketball back in this end. They're going to dribble, drive, attack. They throw up a one-hand shot. It won't go. Billy Blevins with the rebound. He gets it to Thompson. Thompson thought about attacking, then decides to pull it out. He gets it over here to Blevins. Back to Thompson. Blevins and Thompson play a little catch-up high. They get it over to Jorge Ontiveros, who drops it down to Ovi. Back to Jorge. Over to Thompson. Thompson for 3. That one won't go. There's a scramble for the rebound, and Tatum comes away with it. Ovi with a pretty good limp as he comes back down the court. 5:50 remaining on the clock here in the third quarter. It's 29-24. Ashton Thompson almost had a steal right there. Coach McBee barking out some orders to his team. They're going to dribble, drive, attack, a little skip pass, and they drop it in for 2. Jorge Ontiveros fouls Brown as he gets contact and then lays it in. That's going to make it a 3-point ball game, and Brown will go to the free throw line. Ontiveros went up, and Brown just, Brown's no small fella. He's 6'5",
Right.
And I've walked by that young man. He may be closer to 6'6", 6'7". You know, usually they lie about the other way, but that's a big kid. He's a long kid anyway.
Yeah, I feel pretty small when I walk by some of them high school boys.
Yeah. So it's 29-27. Eunice in the lead. Ontiveros over to Garcia. Garcia to Thompson, over to Ontiveros. He fakes a drive and then kicks it out, and nobody comes away with the rebound. I think both Ontiveros thought the other one was going to get it. Tatum wastes no time coming back the other way. Mendoza dribble drives, goes through the middle, floats one up the glass. It won't go. And then I bet you they're going to call that on either Garcia or Jorge Ontiveros. They're going to call it on Jorge. That's going to be 3 on him. So that's going to send Tatum to the free throw line. That's Brown again. He's giving them fits down low right now. The 6'5" junior. His first free throw is up and it splashes through. It's now a 1-point game.
And he can definitely shoot free throws, put it that way. I don't know if he's missed one yet.
So he goes back for the next one. That next one does not go in. Kevin Garcia comes away with the rebound.
Glad I could jinx that one.
He brings it across over to the right side. Swings it back up to Thompson up high. Back to Garcia, back to Thompson. Thompson thinking about what he wants to do with it. Tatum trying to put a little pressure on him. They get it over to Jorge Ontiveros. Ontiveros, I thought, was calling for a screen, but then he throws it over the top of Ovi Ontiveros right to the defense. And here comes the defense back the other, or I'm sorry, Tatum back the other way. I'm going to step off the mic for just one moment. You know what? I'll wait till the next dead ball because we're down to 1 bar on our battery. So Tatum with the basketball. They've got it to Brown, the 6'5" kid out here on the left side. They skip it over to Mullins. Mullins back to Mendoza. Mendoza back to Mullins. He's going to attack the lane. He throws up a shot. It won't go. And then Ovi Ontiveros with the block. They're going to call it a jump ball, and the arrow will go to the Cardinals. So we've got some substitutions coming in. Ovi Ontiveros is going to, Jorge Ontiveros is going to go to the bench. Ovi's going to stay in, I guess, with Jorge with those three fouls.
Yeah.
So 4:15 remaining here in quarter number 3. Eunice up by 1. This has kind of been the story in the first 2 games. It's like this as well. Eunice led the first half, and then just real tight chip for Tatum until they end up in the lead. They float it down to Gomez. Gomez skips it out to Thompson. Thompson for 3. His 3 is short. Blevins flings it back into the court. And then they call Garcia for stepping over the line as he come back in to grab it. Eunice going to put on the full court pressure here. 3:49 remaining in the third. It's a 1-point ball game, 29-28. Tatum trying to break the pressure. They get it over to that far side. Eunice in red, Tatum in white. Almost a steal by Gomez, but Tatum ends up across the timeline. They throw up a 3, it won't go. Gomez with the rebound. He gets it ahead to Garcia. Garcia drops it in the middle to Thompson, whose shot is partially blocked. He misses, and here comes Tatum back the other way. 3:20 remaining in this third quarter. A 3-pointer no good. Blevins with the rebound. Blevins going to give it over to Thompson. Thompson slows it up across the timeline, kicks it over to Garcia. Garcia swings it back over the other way. Blevins looks down low, gets it over to Gomez. Gomez to Thompson. Thompson for 3, and he splashes that one through. That's going to make it a 4-point ball game. It's 28-32. If we lose you, I'll jump up and plug things in. I'm down to 1 bar at the next dead ball, and there's a timeout Tatum. I'm going to run and try to plug this in.
Plug us in and get us some power. All right, let me tell you a shout out to our sponsors while we got this timeout here. Parker Energy Service, Brett and Penny Parker. BT8 Services and Rental, Chad Holler. Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Noble.
If I'm just jabbering to myself, there we go. We got a solid green. We got 3 greens. So my apologies to everyone at home. Once again, we've been saying it the whole time that our battery was going to kick the bucket, and it did. I thought I could just plug the power into the battery and keep it running, and it wiped the whole thing out. So if there's something that can be screwed up, I'll screw it up, and I did right there. So my apologies, everybody. Gomez knocks them both down. So that's 2 more points for Gomez. We lead 34-30. I'm going to catch up on my little notes right here. There we go. All right, so Tatum with the basketball. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Eunice with a 4-point lead. They try to get that one in. Oh. Wow. And the call is off of Eunice, so that's going to give the ball over to Tatum. 1:46 remaining here in the third. Eunice almost had a steal there with Thompson. They've got it out here in the corner to Gardner. He flips it up to Duran. Duran out to 14, that's Graham. Graham over to Blyenberg. They end up with the ball back in the hands of Duran. Duran looking around, trying to figure out where he's going to go with it. He kicks it over to Blyenberg. Blyenberg's 3 is up and no good. Ovi Ontiveros had the rebound, then it got knocked out of his hands, and then there is a putback, 32-34. The Tatum crowd going nuts. 1 minute remaining in 10 seconds, 1:10 here in the third. Eunice with the basketball on this other end. They're trying to attack now. Trying to break down the 2-3 zone being run by Tatum. They get it out to the left side to Blevins. Blevins' 3 is up. It is no good. There's a bunch of folks running for it, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Tatum Coyotes. So with under 1 minute to go, 55.5 showing on the clock.
You got a 2-minute ball game, two-point ball game.
Yeah, and Tatum will have a chance to try to even this game up here going into the fourth quarter. Tatum's going to bring it slowly across the timeline. Duran with it out here on the left side. He ends up with it again. He skip passes over to Blyenberg. He seems to be a three-point specialist because I think that's about all I've seen him do is shoot the 3. Graham with it now near the top of the key. He's going to dribble drive. He a little push off. They drop it in the middle. The ball's everywhere. And they're going to have a jump ball. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, it's going to be Eunice or Tatum basketball.
30 seconds to go.
And that'll give the ball over to Tatum. They'll keep it anyway on the baseline. They float it up high. Eunice almost with another steal. Tatum still has it. They swing it back up top to Duran. Duran with the dribble drive. He throws it out to the corner. They swing it all the way back across to the top of the key to Graham. Graham over to Blyenberg, and he's going to shoot the 3. It won't go. There's a big rush for the ball. Garcia trying to come up with it, and there's another jump ball, and Eunice is going to end up with that one.
Their coach is jawing that official. He thinks he thought he got fouled, I think.
Yep.
Might have been
So 11.5 on the clock. Eunice brings it across the timeline. They get it over to Blevins. Blevins back to Thompson. Thompson over to Garcia. Thompson's gonna attack. He throws up a running floating one-hander, and it splashes through at the buzzer. 2 points for Ashton Thompson, and he gives the Cardinals a 4-point lead as we come to the end of the third quarter. Eunice in the lead, 36-32.
Shout out to our sponsor, Drive Fast. I didn't get to finish that a while ago. We got Parker Energy Services, BT8 Services and Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, our Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. I want to thank our sponsors. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here making this happen here.
Yeah, so for the game right now, Ashton Thompson has 13 points. Jorge Ontiveros has 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's my Eunice math. Billy Blevins with 2, Obi Ontiveros with 2, Jorge Gomez with 4. So that's what the Cardinals have right now. It's a 36-32 ball game. We've got a nail biter. We knew coming in the first 2 games had been nail biters, so I don't know why we expected anything different.
It's been the same way. It's actually a pretty fast-moving game.
Yep.
I think with 3 officials, I think they're all calling pretty good.
I talk a little trash when I feel like they need a little trash talk, but they've done a good job. I hadn't agreed with every call, but that's basketball. And I think they've done a really good job here tonight and called a pretty clean game.
Yeah.
So here we go to start the fourth quarter. Tatum starts with the basketball. They're going to drop it down low, back out high. Mendoza back over to Blyenberg. They skip it over to Duran. Duran throws up a floater. Ovi with a partial block, and the shot won't go. Blevins with the rebound. Coach is telling them to slow it down. They're going to walk it across the timeline. Here they come to try to trap. Thompson skips it to Blevins. Blevins back to Thompson, and here we go. We're going to slow it down again.
Time is on our side right now.
Yes, it is. Up 4, 7:30. I would guess at some point they'll pull back out of there. They skip it over to Blevins. They've slowed it down here. They get it into the corner to Gomez. Gomez skips it over to Blevins. Blevins to Thompson. The one thing about doing this, you've got to make good passes. Thompson skips it back over to Garcia. Garcia to Gomez. Gomez back to Thompson. Eunice looks like they're going to be content with running some clock here. The Tatum faithful not liking it. I'm already hearing some boos and some hollering. 6:50 on the clock. I don't mind it a bit as long as we're in the lead. Got to take care of that basketball, though. Blevins with the ball. Back over to Gomez. Gomez back to Blevins. Blevins is going to pull for 3. It won't go. Ovi Ontiveros with a nice tip rebound to himself, and they tip it back out. Tatum's going to reach in. They're going to reset up their defense. They're trying to get it across. They do to Garcia. Garcia back to Thompson. Thompson looks like he's going to dribble drive. We almost threw it away, but Blevins comes away with it. Ooh, and there was almost another throwaway. So looking like we're going to try to do something with it. He skips it over to Garcia. Garcia. Oh man. The ref initially put his hand on the back of his head, and then he came down to the hips and gave him the, what was that old WWE deal? Or no, the X deal that people used to do to everybody? I thought that was the symbol he was given. Anyway, I forget what that was called, but back in the 90s, everybody did that.
He wanted to call that charge just for a split second.
So
he might have looked up and seen that gash on his head.
Yeah, said I feel bad for you, even if your own team knocked you out. 6:04 remaining here in this ball game. Eunice up by 4. Kevin Garcia will go to the free throw line. His first shot is up and it splashes through.
And every point counts.
Yes, it does. It's a 5-point ball game, 32-37. Mullins comes back in for Tatum. Blyenberg goes to the bench. They've also got Mason Brown over here. He's going to check in. So Brown comes in. Ranley Kruger, who also got one of those NMAA scholarships like Obi did. Congratulations to that young man. He comes out. Garcia's shot is up, and he makes the second one. That makes it 38. So it's 38-32. Eunice in the 6-point lead with under 6 minutes to go in this ball game. Eunice in the zone defense. Tatum trying to exploit it, trying to find a little avenue where they can attack. And Thompson with a nice steal. He's running the other way. He lays it in for 2.
Nice.
2 points for Ashton Thompson. We stopped the clock there. I'm
not sure what that was.
Yeah, me neither. 5:38 remaining in the fourth. It's 40-32. Eunice in the lead. And Tatum's going to take a timeout. They're not liking the momentum that they're seeing from the Cardinals here in Tatum, New Mexico. Eunice with the 8-point lead, 5:32 remaining in the game.
Shout out to our sponsors, Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny Parker, BT8 Services and Rental, Chad Holler, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews and crew, Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Brian, Nikki, Elmer Romero, Aaron Pascal, Yadi in the game. Eunice Public Schools, Dwayne Haynes, Cynthia Sims, Lucindo, Matt Coy, Kenny Reed, Miss Hahn, David Gallegos, and all their staff. Cardinal Hardware with Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega, and the staff. City of Eunice, the Zia Auto Shop, the Whitmire family, and Redbird Gas, that other Parker, Mr. Mark Parker.
So thank you guys. We appreciate what you do. We're here in Tatum, New Mexico in the second round of the District 4 2A tournament. Eunice in the lead by 8 versus Tatum, who's beat them twice already this year and also just upset the number 2 team in the state last week. Eunice with an 8-point lead, 5:20 remaining here in the ball game. Oh man. So they're going to call a jump ball here. That'll give the ball over to the Cardinals.
Our coach is looking for that walking.
Yeah, he wanted to travel.
But we'll have the ball.
So Eunice with the basketball. Still got a discussion going on over here between the coach and the official, but Eunice with the ball. Here goes Thompson. He pushes it through to Ontiveros. Ontiveros over to Blevins. Blevins skips it over to Gomez, back to Blevins, back to Thompson at the top of the key. Tatum now stepping up the pressure. They've got the full court pressure going. Gomez with the basketball. He's got a lot of pressure on him right here. That's got to be a foul, but none called.
Boy, a little contact, contact.
Garcia with the ball, trying to dribble, trying to find an opening.
Still contact. I think they might be trying to foul.
Garcia gets it out to Blevins. Blevins for three. It rattles in. It's going to go in. It hit everything it could hit, and then it fell in.
That was about a 30
Billy Blevins for three. 4:30 remaining here in the ball game. Tatum wastes no time coming back the other way, and they're going to get an and one.
Wow.
Dang it.
I think he hopped a couple of times before he passed that.
Whew, man, I tell you.
It's a fast pace.
And just when you think you're opening that lead up enough that they can't get back in, then they come down the other way and get an and one. So Brown will go to the free throw line. He splashes that one in. And it's an 8-point ball game after the Brown 3-point play.
Tatum's going to stay in that full press.
Yep, they've got the pressure coming. They sub Jorge Ontiveros back into the ball game. They set Ovi Ontiveros, and they reset everybody on the floor.
A lot of hands on, hands on here.
Garcia gets it back over to Jorge Ontiveros. Jorge, no. He throws it all the way the length of the court right to the white team. And here comes Tatum back the other way. A three is up, and it is no good. Gomez comes away with the rebound. He kicks it up to Garcia. Garcia to Thompson. Oh, the shot won't go. Gomez tried for the putback. No call.
Man.
And here they come back the other way. Tatum's going to slow him down. It's an 8-point ball game, 3:51 on the clock. Tatum with the ball. Duran pulls for three. It won't go. A lot of people going up for it. Eunice, man, they call that ball deflected out of bounds off of Eunice, so it's going to give Tatum the basketball back again. Whew.
Might have to rescind some of my comments here with all these no calls we're seeing here in the last couple of minutes.
Mendoza with the ball, swings it out to the left corner. He's going to try to step through. He throws up a shot. It won't go. Jorge Ontiveros with the rebound, and he's just going to dribble it up. 3:20 remaining in this ball game. Eunice up by 8. Eunice is going to take a timeout here with the 8-point lead. 3:21 showing on the clock. We're late in this ball game. Woo! We got a barn burner.
And a shout out to the sponsors: Parker Energy Service, BTH Services and Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. We're getting a little noisy in here. Them 12 fans over there making a lot of noise.
Now we got some of my old friends back in Arkansas listening. We shout out to you guys. We appreciate you listening. Thank you. All those folks all over everywhere listening. So.
I'm a little nervous. I thought they were just stomping, but they got big old pieces of wood over where they're banging on stuff with.
And they've got these buckets. I noticed that the last time we were here. They're big old, like those horse feeding buckets, like you put horse feed or cattle feed in.
Make a good drum. Huh?
Yes. And they flip those things upside down, and then they've got these like 2x2s or big dowel rods, and they beat the heck out of them things, and it's pretty noisy. 3:21 remaining here in this ball game. Eunice with a chance for the upset. They're up 8 points. We're in the second round of the District 4-2A tournament. It's the number 4 seeded 4-2A team Eunice playing against the number 3 seed Tatum here in Tatum. Tatum has already beat Eunice twice this year. Eunice with the basketball. Jorge Ontiveros throws it in to Thompson. Thompson's going to bring it across the timeline. They look to attack, and then he has it taken away, and here comes Tatum back the other way.
Man, there's a lot of contact here the last couple of minutes.
I've been bragging on him the whole game. Ovi's standing there the whole time with his hands straight up in the air, and man, that's.
Yeah, he can go back and watch this video.
Man.
You know,
I'm
I
not
heard
sure.
somebody say the ball don't lie over here. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, man, wow. Yeah, he's standing there on the block the whole time with his hands straight up in the air, and the offensive player initiated that contact. So it's 36 to 43, 3 minutes to go. Jorge Ontiveros with the ball. They're going to try to trap him. Here goes Thompson the other way. Thompson, they're trying to swat it away from behind. Ovi going to dribble it up. He gets it over to Jorge Ontiveros. Jorge back over to Garcia. Garcia trying to create some space off the dribble, and he's getting ridden like an old dirty mule. And they call the foul. Yep. So 2:45 remaining here in the ball game. Nobody's very close to the bonus at this point. Definitely not Eunice. Only 2 fouls called against Tatum this whole half.
I was wondering what it was going to take to get a foul call. I guess now we know.
There goes Thompson exploding through the lane. He floats one up. It won't go, but the smallest man with the biggest heart, Kevin Garcia, comes away with the rebound in traffic. They get it over to Thompson. Jorge's got to quit picking that ball up out high. That's going to get him in trouble. Got to keep that dribble when you're the guard. Blevins with the ball. He dribbles over the top, gives it to Ovi. Ovi back to Jorge, over to Blevins. They're running the clock. They're down to 2:10. They skip it down low, back up top to Thompson. Thompson looking for somewhere to go with it. He's going to dribble around. He gets it over to Garcia. Garcia back out to Ovi Ontiveros at the top of the key. Ovi with the ball. He gets it over to Jorge. Jorge drops it down low. No. A shot by Thompson won't go, and here comes Tatum back the other way.
You got to have some defense now.
Yep, and Tatum's going to take a timeout.
They're going to talk about it.
1:40, the clock is still running. 1:37, 1:36, they're still running the clock. 1:35, that's some hometown scorekeeping right there. I like it.
I like that. Who's behind?
They put a bunch of seconds back on the clock. Woo-hoo.
Wow.
Woo.
I don't know if 144 is right.
Yeah, I don't either. Wow. Okay. So 1:44 remaining here in this ball game. We're late in the fourth quarter. Eunice in the lead by 7. Eunice trying to upset Tatum here today. Once again, this Tatum team just beat Hagerman last week right here in well, it may have been in I don't have a clue where the game was.
I'm not sure.
I would assume it was here, but who knows?
You never know.
Yeah.
But
And that Hagerman team is a real deal legit team. I mean, they're tough as nails, and so
like
this Tatum team beat them.
You know, our boys have to win out to have a chance, I think, to get in.
Yep.
And they're giving it hard. They're giving it all they got right now.
Giving her all she's got, Captain.
But we're going to do it. So Tatum bringing the ball back in.
So we've got Blevins, Ontiveros, Garcia, and Thompson. Tatum going to throw it in up high to Mendoza. Mendoza with the ball. Ooh, he traveled. Yep, he traveled, and that's going to give the ball back over to the Cardinals. 1:39 on the clock as Mendoza drug the pivot foot. So they're going to move the ball over here to the side. These are always the hardest ones to get the ball in.
Right.
It's just it bunches everybody up down here in this corner and makes it really tough. That ball's deflected out of bounds, so we're basically going to throw it in at the exact same spot.
Place.
The only good thing is we ran 1 second off the clock. So they get it into Blevins. Blevins back over to Jorge Ontiveros. He's going to be trapped down here in the corner. He floats one. Man, you can't float that, Jorge Cito. Eunice gets it across the timeline. They get it back up to Jorge Ontiveros, and he's trying to run some clock, and he gets fouled out near the top of the key. That was a definite intentional, let's grab them, foul them.
Yeah.
But they're way away from the bonus.
We still got to get 3 more to get in that bonus.
Yep. So Eunice to throw the ball in. They get it to the back to Thompson. Thompson looking for some room. He dribbles, gets around his man, then skips it over to Blevins. Blevins back over to Thompson. Thompson to Ovi Ontiveros, and he's going to get two-hand fouled. Man. All right, so 1:11 on the clock. Once again, we're nowhere near the bonus, so
25.
Eunice will get the ball on the side. They throw it back over to Thompson. Thompson's going to get fouled, and that's an intentional. Yep. Yep. That's an intentional foul. He didn't make a you got to make a play at the basketball. You can't just grab somebody's arm and swing him around.
He swung him that time.
Yep, so that'll send Thompson to the free throw line, and it'll also give the Cardinals back the ball after the free throws. Yeah, if you're going to foul on a play like that, there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to make a basketball play. So you got to make a play at the basketball. You can't run over and grab somebody's arm and swing him around like ring around the rosy here. So Thompson misses the first. He'll get another. Oh, he misses them both. So basically it ends up being a normal foul for the most part.
Kind of a foul.
Now we'll get the ball to throw it in on the side. Eunice is going to take a timeout.
Talk about it.
Yep.
Let's go over our sponsors while we do this right fast. We got Parker Energy Service, Brett and Penny. BT8 Services and Rental, Chad Holler. Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogemeyer, Brandon Matthews and crew. Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Brian Nicky, Elma Romero, Aaron Pascal, Yadi in the game. Eunice Public School, Dwayne Haynes, Cynthia Sims, Rosendo, Matt Coy, Kenny Reed, Miss Hahn, David Gallegos and the staff. Cardinal Hardware with Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega and all the staff. The City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, the Whitmire family, and Redbird Gas, Mark Parker.
So after about 4 fouls in the last 10 seconds of clock time, the next foul will send Eunice to the free throw line for bonus.
So we need to get it in the hands of somebody
that can shoot
it. That's what we need to do, because
sometimes
the foul is on. Foul.
Sometimes that's easier said than done. We sent Ashton Thompson to the free throw line right there, and he struggled with those. It's crazy how that happens sometimes.
It usually lights out.
Yeah. Yep. So here comes Eunice. They'll be trying to inbound the ball here on the side. So they get it into Garcia. Garcia, he gets grabbed, and that was good because he threw the ball away. But
that was a good foul.
Yes.
Good foul.
And only about 2.5, 3 seconds ran off the clock. So it's showing 1:07 here in the fourth quarter. It's a 43-36 game. Kevin Garcia, the sophomore that had his face split open here in the first half, has played a really good game considering the beating he took in the first half by, I think, his own teammates. I've got people from home telling me that they reviewed it. And Ovi Ontiveros comes away with the rebound. He's getting grabbed all over. He gets it back over to Garcia. Garcia gets hammered again. That'll send Garcia to the free throw line to shoot it again. 1:02, so all of that for 5 clock seconds.
I think they just shoved him down. I don't even think he went for the ball there. That should have been another one of those.
Now, Ovi has his contact knocked out of his eye. And the coach is going to take a timeout here so he can fix his eye.
Oh, man.
He's trying to get his contact back in his eye. Only thing I know to do is lick it and stick it in there.
Lick it and poke it in there.
Yeah, I'm talking about the contact. So 1:02 remaining here in the fourth period. It's 43-36. Ovi's got a contact out.
Yes, he
Eunice
does.
in the bonus.
Well, these. This is where the free throws come in right here.
Yes, sir.
I mean, of course, that's where those fouls come in. They're hoping we miss that first one. They get to run down and double up.
That's right. In this ball game, Kevin Garcia will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1.
He just needs to relax and shoot it in there.
Yep.
Got to ignore those drum beats over there.
That's the horse bucket drums. So Garcia to the line. His first one is up. It is no good. Tatum's going to come away with the rebound, and here they come quickly back the other way. Tatum with the basketball. That's Duran. He gets it over to Blamberg.
53
Blamberg
seconds.
up top to number 1. That is Garner. His three-pointer's no good. Blevins comes away with the rebound, and they're chasing him, trying to foul him, and they do. 47 seconds to go in this ball game. Eunice on the verge of the upset here in the District 4 2A tournament.
So when will the next game be? If we win tonight, will we go tomorrow?
You know, somebody down there was telling me that if we win here today, the boys would play at the exact same time as the girls on Friday.
Okay.
In Hagerman. And Blevins knocks that one down to open the lead up to 8. So that's now 6 points for Blevins here in this game.
Well, this is going to be a big shot in the arm. These boys come in here to Tatum and take this game.
The next one's no good. Tatum with the rebound, and here they come headed the other direction. They dribble across the top, headed over to Blindberg. He throws up a 3. It won't go. The biggest man, or the smallest man with the biggest heart, Kevin, the baby-faced assassin.
He's going to shoot some more.
Garcia comes away with the rebound in the middle of all them 6'3", 6'5" kids down under the basket. Kevin Garcia with the rebound, and he's going to head back to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1 again.
We'll go back and get this video and freeze it. His head's going to be even with all this 6
Yeah.
It gets some errors. Sure.
Garcia's 5'6" and some high heels, and he's in there out rebounding the monsters in the trees. He misses that first one. So he's going to have one more here. 37 seconds on the clock. Eunice up by 8. Garcia's next one is up. It's no good. Tatum with the rebound. Here they come pushing the ball up the floor. They kick it over to number 10. That's Brown. He throws up a long shot. It won't go. A deflected rebound goes off the head of a Tatum player, but they end up with the ball in the hands of Blindberg. His shot is blocked. And then a shot's blocked by Ovi Ontiveros. Blevins got the first block, and then Ovi blocked the next shot, and then Ashton Thompson gets fouled. And with 15 seconds.
That official's telling me if he shoots that bucket down there, it's going to be points for Tatum.
Yeah.
He was trying to throw that in there.
So 15.6 remaining on the clock. So we've got 15 seconds remaining in this ball game. Eunice up by 8, and we will send Ashton Thompson to the free throw line to shoot. His first one splashes through. That makes it a 9-point ball game. That's 16 points for Ashton Thompson.
They're leaving.
And he makes the next one. That's 17 points for Ashton Thompson. Eunice up 10. 10 seconds to go. Tatum throws up a 3. It won't go. They throw it around, and guess who comes up with it? Kevin Garcia. Pretty fitting. Eunice is going to win this ball game by 10. They upset Tatum here in the district tournament, 46-36, and that's your final score.
What a game, Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than a heck of a performance by Eunice. They get the big win. According to the scores table at halftime when I was down there, if Eunice won today, the girls and boys would be playing at the same time.
Wow.
Girls in Eunice, boys in Hagerman. So an interesting predicament for us radio folks, as well as people like me that are dads. Yeah. So the Eunice girls will be playing for the district championship at home, most likely against Tatum, who's a top 10 state-ranked team. And I think the girls win that game. They're a top 4 team going into the state tournament. The boys will be playing at the exact same time for a chance to go face Jow for the district tournament championship.
In Hagerman. So.
In Hagerman. That's what I'm being told. I don't have the little thing in front of me. I should have. I've got it somewhere in my phone. But so at the end of this ball game, Eunice with the win. Ashton Thompson with 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points. Kevin Garcia with 6. Jorge Ontiveros with, I believe he had 9, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like 9 points for Jorge Ontiveros. Billy Blevins with 6. Jorge Gomez with 4. Ovi Ontiveros with 2. quite a performance here by the Eunice Cardinals. Anything in closing, Charlie?
Man, I tell you what, these boys surprised me. I was concerned coming in. They've lost 2 here.
Yep.
And I think this is a good boost for these guys.
Yeah, definitely. So that win also gets them back to 500, that kind of magic number for Eunice basketball, which seems to be the measuring stick for Eunice basketball, that can we be 50-50. And so we're 50-50 now.
50-50 and take this win into Hagerman. And
you get another win, you get above that 50-50, you lose your next game, and now you finish below 500. So we definitely need that win coming up. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. One last shout out to the sponsors: Parker Energy Services, BTH Services and Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. Thank you for making these broadcasts possible. For Charlie Fairbrush and Jimmy Jones, I'm me. And I'm used to saying for Rosendo Caballero and Charlie Fairbrush. But anyway, I'm Jimmy Jones signing off. Thank you for listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports. Good night, everyone.
Good night.